Welcome back to Sweetopy. I'm Zui and I hope you enjoy today's video. But before we get right into it, I'm obligated to remind you to click either the like or dislike button, commenting something down below, and of course, sharing the video after you finished watching it. If you have any suggestions or ideas for a story, my Discord link is in my link tree that is down in the description, as well as my Patreon and Ko-fi for any donations you may want to send my way. Anyways, let's get right into it. You were quietly chewing on a cold piece of pork steak you had brought from home as you checked the cameras. It was late, around 4 AM, and your today's job as a night guard would soon find its end. By now, you had gotten on all 3 of your contractually obligated patrols with the Pizzaplex, and you were widening down. It had been a very quiet night, thankfully. You had started working at Fazbear Entertainment for over 4 years now. Originally, it was only meant to be for 6 months while you were job hunting. But someone in the upper echelon of the company became interested in you. It was clear to you the guy just wanted a night with you, but thanks to him you were sent slightly better job opportunities. At first you were sent around your state to work odd jobs at various franchises. Then you made the jump to cashier, followed by simple animatronic engineer, which was the lowest mechanic rank in the company. You quite literally were paid to just press the automatic repair buttons in parts and services. So far, you didn't need to share a bed with him, though. Maybe that's why you were stuck specifically here right now, as a decently paying night guard at the Mega Entertainment Pizzaplex. It was a cozy job, which was surprising. Nothing like the games by that conspiracy developer hinted at. You started work at 10 PM when the Pizzaplex closed, and left at 6 in the morning. You would go home, sleep until 2 PM, and then have some leisure time. But not just that, you also had 3 days of the week off. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Those 3 days were then covered by the Switch Guard, a Russian ex-military guy everyone just called Terminator. It was the Switch Guard's job to take on the guard's role whenever you or your day shift equivalent Brian were off duty, either through sickness or just simply having a day off. It had only taken you a few days to realize that the job as night guard really was about nothing, really. While not in the job description, as the only human in the Pizzaplex during night, it made the animatronics behave strange. Was that why the games were the way that they were? Never mind. Their programming made them seek you out whenever they felt a little bored. Meaning, your job wasn't to protect the entertainment megaplex from intruders, but rather play silly games with the animatronics until the early shift came for morning prep. With annoyance, you remembered the game of tag with the daycare attendant that had gone on for an entire night. At around 2 AM it had stopped being fun, and you were tired of running. However, as you finished your home-cooked lunch, you realized something. Nothing has happened yet tonight. Quickly you typed in the command to see the Rockstar Row cameras on your tablet. Absent-mindedly you grabbed your cup of fizzy fast lemon crime, taking a sip and observed the animatronics. Freddy was sitting on his bed, his mouth slowly moving as if he was having a conversation in his head. Creepy, but nothing out of the ordinary. Next was Roxy. She was playing with her hair in front of her mirror. Of course she was. You tilted your head in interest, though. She was shoving her hair from left to right. Maybe she was trying to shake things up a bit. You made a mental note to ask on-duty engineer Kevin if it was possible to give her head plates with different hairstyles, so she could freely choose. Next was Chica. She was chowing down on a pizza. At first you found it odd that the animatronic had an appetite and could eat food. But as it turns out, she actually was built with a silicone stomach to not dirty a sensitive endoskeleton. However, why they would program her to feel hunger was a mystery to you still. Maybe it was to encourage more pizza consumption? Last on the list was Monty. The camera in his room was non-functional, as per usual. However, you had an audio feed, but it was silent. You narrowed your eyes and listened closer. Monty had a programming kink. The animatronic was said to be more aggressive when it came to his emotions than the others, which meant that anything he did was more exaggerated. This translated to boredom often being expressed through trashing his own room. Hence why the observation glass to his room was black, so customers wouldn't see him trash his own room. And also, that's why there hasn't been a camera installed. They were breaking, and it was simply too expensive to keep replacing them. You bit your lower lip and turned on the intercom in Monty's room. "Montgomery Gator, are you in there?" he asked cautiously. The robots hated being watched in their rooms, so the intercoms were only used as sparingly as possible. "Montgomery Gator, initiate Lifestyle Subroutine Alpha." You waited. Life Science Subroutine Alpha was a command that forced any animatronic hearing it to play the Fazbear Entertainment theme with their built-in music box, if they wanted to or not. The result was concerning, as no one seemed to be present in the room. Crap. Desperately you flipped through every available cam in the Pizzaplex. A single droplet of sweat running down your forehead. And slowly you gulped a thick glob of salvia. This wasn't good. You couldn't find him. Quickly you grabbed your flashlight and your novelty Fazbear taser, before rushing through the Pizzaplex. Sadly, if you had kept a cool head, you would have noticed the small help notification that would have ordered you to Parts and Services, where the Gator was waiting. It had been right after closing when the robot's internal system reported an issue with his right eye. While he thought someone had smeared something on his glasses upon removal, he noticed that it was seeing something green. So the robot had removed his eye and inspected it with his functioning one. It seemed to be okay. But after he placed it back and looked into his mirror, he realized the error. His eye was hanging loose. It was actually kind of funny to watch it bounce around with his movements, but he could definitely not perform like this. Luckily, the repair was simple. In fact, it was one of the pre-programmed routine maintenance programs the protective dome could do on its own. So all he needed to do was hit the maintenance error report button and wait for you in Parts and Services. That it would take you 30 minutes, however, he did not expect. You were huffing, face red from exhaustion, as you arrived, but the Gator just looked at you, impatiently.
"Finally,"
he growled. Slowly you slumped towards him. "Ugh, you here? I was looking all over the place for you," you huffed.
"Am I invisible? Of course I'm here. Aiming at one of those maintenance reports."
You took your security cap off to scratch your head. "Maintenance reports?" The Gator nodded.
"Yeah. Give me your tablet."
With a shaking hand, you pulled it out. After the disaster that was the burning down of the Pizzaplex and the discovery of the old night guard's corpse, it had become a rule that every human employee would be given a bag to hang around their shoulders specifically for the security tablets, so that at any time emergency services could be called. The gator snatched it.
Pin.
1987. He opened the tablet.
There.
He barked. He held the thing in front of your face like it was something disgusting. And there was the little red notification received button. Okay, fine, you made a report, you said. Without as much as a sigh, you took back your ever-important technology. You win. Now, what's wrong?
I broke.
You blinked. Okay. Then take your sunglasses off so I can inspect it. He took a step back.
You have to.
You opened your mouth, confused, and a little peeved. What?
You have to see it to repair it.
Are you? Wait. Are you embarrassed? He turned away from you.
Well, will you judge me if I do?
Maybe. You said slowly. It took you a grand total of 10 minutes to convince him to take the goddamn glasses off. You looked at him closer. Huh. That's like one of those googly eyes you buy at the gift shop. That genuinely hurt his feelings. The gator whimpered and quickly walked away from you. Monty! Don't you want this to be fixed? He stretched cartoonishly, like there was any room for discussion. Come on, you big baby. It's a routine repair. It happens to everyone.
Except for you fleshly ones.
Uh-huh. Are you jealous? Of us being fleshy and not having eye problems? At least not eye problems like that. The robot shrugged and then turned to look at you, his googly eye almost making you giggle.
I'm only jealous of one. Freddy.
You slowly exhaled through your nose. After opening that can of worms, the only thing you could think of was saying, I'm contractually obligated to ask you what you're talking about, but I really don't want to.
Well, then don't.
He muttered. But after only a few seconds of silence, he raised a finger.
Wait, contractually obligated?
All human employees are to treat the animatronics as if they were human co-workers to create a more immersive customer experience, be it during the day or night. Paragraph 3 on page 2 of the employee contract. The robot made a whistling sound.
Sounds tough.
Tell me about it.
I think you need a hug.
You close your eyes for a moment before saying, and you need to be on that table now. Go. Shoo, shoo. You waved him into the protective dome.
Can you at least keep me online during this thing, night guard?
Asked the robot after you strapped him onto the table. Shrugging, you simply followed his request. Thankfully, you are authorized for these kinds of repairs. Otherwise, you'd have to write a report for Kevin, the on-duty engineer, so he could fix him tomorrow, even if it was just typing in a command line and clicking to Windows. Quickly, the dome's arms went to work, removing the eye and the facial plate, followed by tuning the headpiece of his endoskeleton. Honestly, you had no idea what exactly they were doing. You just leaned against the glass and chewed on your thumb as you waited. The entire repair took only 3 minutes. As you watched the robot leave the protective dome, he beelined straight for you, with his arms outstretched. It was quite intimidating. However, he stopped right in front of you, as if ready to pounce. What? Is there more that's broken?
No, I'm waiting for your consent.
You still want to give me that hug, huh?
I want to be your little PogChamp.
You blushed. Where the hell did he pick that line up from? Probably from one of the teens who frequented Gator Golf. This was making you nervous. While you didn't dislike close body contact, it was bothersome and anxiety-inducing. Okay, maybe you hated it. However, the Gator looked at you so expectantly that you simply could not resist. Fine. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. The Gator got down on one knee and fully embraced you. It was awkward. And obviously hard, as his synthetic shell pressed against your body. At least he wasn't hugging you too tightly. You could breathe after all. Maybe this had been pleasant if it wasn't for his sharp teeth being right in your face. But then you closed your eyes and told yourself that for once you can allow yourself to enjoy a tender moment, even if it was with a robot. So with shaking hands, you returned the embrace. Awkwardly, you rubbed your hands over his back. There. Were you doing this right? Oh God, what if you did this all wrong and were embarrassing yourself?
My scanners are picking up increased anxiety. If you want, I can continue the hug for another 23 minutes until I have to charge for the rest of the night.
How were you supposed to tell him that the hug was the cause of the anxiety? You sighed internally, giving up. Maybe you can just try getting used to it. You just wished your body would stop heating up. Today's video had been suggested by Discord user GoodNow. Thank you for your submission. And if you yourself have any ideas of what a story I could write, please join my Discord, Linktree is down in the description, and I'd be happy to have you join us.